Hopefully. Let's.
Hi, 604. Good morning, 604.
I can't share.
I was gonna look. I know, I got crazy energy today, right? Mr. R's like, man, my co-teacher's crazy. Look at his face. How you doing, Mr. R?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. How's our lovely 604 doing?
They're all right, I guess.
We'll find out.
Let's see. All right,
Let's
guys.
go, Jack. Here we go.
This is not it.
Yes, that was it.
No, that's the document.
This is multiplying. Oh, you have to do the Cami. Oh, I got you. In the meantime, we're going to be learning how to multiply and divide decimals today. Got to bring that energy up. Wait, we got more people coming. We got Caleb and Brandon.
Hopefully you took attendance already.
Not yet.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, then I'm going to actually be doing this.
I can't.
I can completely multiply and divide decimals using algorithms. So today, scholars will be reviewing how to multiply and divide decimals by using algorithms. We are going to go cover old Common Core questions, go over I-ready questions, and that address addition and subtracting of decimals. So it's a little bit different or similar than what we did on Tuesday, but today is a little bit different because we're actually going to be multiplying and dividing, and I'm going to be going through some key examples. Some of the things that you need to know are product, which is the answer to the multiplication problem. The quotient is the answer to a division problem. You have decimals that represent the numbers less than 0. You have divisor, which is the one that you're dividing of. So let's give you an example. 14 times 4 equals 56. 56 is divided by the divisor 14 equals the quotient of 4. This symbol, which is the square root function, which I wrote down right there, is for you to know at all times. I am going a little bit faster than last class because I want to go over every problem. But what we stress more about, guys, is this writing and steps on multiplying and dividing decimals. Write numbers vertically. We should know that that's going up and down. Multiply or divide, and then multiply count the decimal places, and divisor, it depends. If the divisor has a decimal in it, then we'll be doing the decimal places. I'll explain now.
Okay.
So
crash course.
This is some good examples right here. So realize that when we're dividing 3.77, multiplying 3.77 times 2.8, guys, realize we have 2 decimal places in the first number, like so. Ooh, boom.
Camera, Ian. Now
2 decimal places. For this one in the bottom, 2.8, we have 1 decimal places. So we need to convert these 2 numbers into whole numbers in order to multiply. This is the same thing as me saying 377 times 28. You're like, well, wait, Mr. R, that's not the same thing because they have decimal places. No, I'm telling you it is. We have 2 and 1. 2 plus 1 equals what? 3. So we're going to put 3 up here and put 3 decimal places, and I'm going to circle it to remember that it's 3 decimal places. If I do the multiplication, that's going to equal 10,556. Now you're like, but wait, Mr. R, why are we doing it like this? Well, think about it. If we have 2 decimal places here, and we got rid of it, and we said 3, and we got 1 decimal place here, and that's 1, 2 plus 1 equals 3 decimal places, then with the answer, all you have to do is start counting from the left and go to the right. From the right to the left. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, boom. Guess what? 10.556 is the answer to the entire problem, as you guys can see right here in this box. Are we clear? That's when we multiply. Now, when we divide, it depends, and I'll explain that more thoroughly. So when we're dividing, guys, it's a little bit more complicated than that, and I'll explain why. So we're saying find the quotient. Now, the quotient in this case, it says 55.318 divided by 3.4. In this case, same thing. If the quotient, if the decimal, the divisor here outside, the outside number has a decimal place in it, like 3.4, you have to turn it into a whole number. So that means you go over and you go over. In this case, we're going to go over how many times? Right? We go over completely. That means 55,318 divided by 34. Now you're like, wait, Mr. R, that's crazy. But it is true. It goes into 16.27 times. Realize that we got rid of the divisor's number by actually getting rid of the whole number. In this case, the divisor has how many decimal places? 1. So you count 1. But if you do it here, you also got to do it into the number inside. If I take 1 here, how many numbers do I have to take here? Just 1. That's the only key way of understanding this. Your answer is going to be 16,297. With that answer, you're just going to take that decimal place again and go to the left. 1, 2. Does that make sense to everyone?
Thumbs up,
Thumbs
guys.
up if you understand that. Leanna, I know you're busy doing something over there, but just tell me you understand this, yes or no?
Oh, I do understand. I learned this a long time ago, like in like 5th grade too, or like 4th. So I'm good.
Perfect. Another thing, you must understand that you have to reach 0. Okay? You do not reach 0, you're not done with the problem. Are we clear?
Wait, Mr. R,
Wait, Miss Canella, go ahead.
may I say something, please?
You may.
Okay, so guys, remember when you're dividing, it's just like a whole number. You're going to use the DMSB. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Drink my Starbucks.
Drink my Starbucks.
Yeah, and I didn't have one today, so I really want one.
I actually got Dunkin' Donuts because it's like in the corner of my house.
So divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, okay? So maybe you might want to put the division sign, multiply, subtract, and then the arrow for bring down.
I think this class got this.
Yeah. All right, let's get started. Ready, Mr. R?
So
right,
I'll do
number
1, 2, and then you'll do 3, 4, and then I'll do 5, 6, or we divide 5 and 6. We get 3 questions each.
I'll do 3 and 4, and maybe you do 5, I do 6.
Sounds good?
All right, let's go.
Givelli walks around, Adam, you're the first one on my list. Givelli walks around trip of 0.75 miles to school every day. How many miles will she walk in 4.5 days? What are we doing? Multiplying or dividing?
We're dividing.
Really?
Mm.
How many?
I mean, we're multiplying.
We're multiplying, good, right? So now we're multiplying. What does that mean? What we got to do? We got to convert these into what?
What kind of numbers?
Decimals.
They are
What do we convert them to?
greater than 1 is called a what?
A whole number.
Bingo.
Yeah,
So,
Adam.
75. Oh, snap. What happened? Okay.
Ilani is using the restroom. She'll be right back, Mr. R.
75 times 45, sir. What do we get?
Go. 5 times 5. Go.
5 times 5 is 25.
Hold on. I'm having a hard time writing. 2 seconds. Sorry. 2 seconds. What's going on? God, keep going. I'm going to keep writing.
And 7 times 4 is... Wait. Is 21.
No.
So you did 5 times 5 equals 25. 5 times 7 is?
Wait, 5 times 7 is...
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Oh, 35.
Thank you. Plus 2?
It's 37.
Okay, Adam, I'm going to need you to get up because it seems like you're sleeping on me. You're
I'm
going
not.
way too slow for this, sir. Way too slow. All right. 7. Good. What do I do at the bottom? Do I bring it down to 0?
Yes.
Good. And we have 4 times 5 equals what? 20, right?
Yeah.
Carry the 2. I already did that. So we have another 0. 4 times 7 equals what?
Equals 28.
28 plus 2?
It's 30.
Good. Bring it down all the way. What do we get?
We got 3,000.
75, right?
Yeah.
Miss Kamala, what is going on here? Can't write.
In the chat box at the same time. All right, so far.
So far, so good, right? Everybody understood that? That was multiplying. Leanna, you're next for dividing.
I thought it said...
Wait, you didn't put the decimal in the right spot.
Oh,
my God. Yeah, the decimal.
Put 3375 and then ask them where the decimal goes.
So, Adam, we had 3375, right? Where does the decimal go?
It goes in between
3, 3, 7, 5. Well, don't guess. I want you to think about this now. Check this out.
I know where it goes. It goes between
The 3 and the 7.
Wrong.
Oh,
You said you knew where it goes. Let me help you out. How many decimal places we have here?
1,
How many do we have here?
2.
So what's 2 plus 1?
That's 4.
2
2
plus 1
plus
is
1 is 4?
2.
Wait, 2 plus 1 is 3. Is 3.
Okay, so we go from right to left, right, Adam? So 1,
Yeah.
2, 3. Where does it
And
go?
then it goes between the 3 and the 3.
You see that?
Yeah.
All right. Now that we all got that out the way, Leanna, help me out with the division. Thank you. Miss. Oh, I know how to do this.
Can you please make it bigger though? Because I thought it said 25.
No problem, Leanna. We got
That
you.
better?
Like, yes, it actually is. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna like write out your numbers. So 29.5. So 29 and 5/10, and then 4. So you know that 4 can go into 29. Wait, 4, 8, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So you know it goes into oh wait, and 28. So it can go into 29 7 times.
Excellent.
So that will be 28. And you're gonna subtract, which is gonna be 1. And then you're gonna bring down the 5. And you gotta put the decimal, of course, decimal point. You're gonna bring down the 5. And then you know 4 can go on to 15. 4, 8, 12. 12 is 3 times. 3 times. And it's gonna be 12. Which is gonna be 3. And then you're gonna have to bring down the 0 because you have to get until 0. Can't be no remainder. So you have to bring down the 0, and then 4 can go into 37 times. And it's gonna be 28. Subtract.
Mm-hmm.
So this is gonna be, and then you gotta bring down 0 again. And then you know that 4 can go into 25 times, and then you gotta subtract 20 from 20, and it's gonna be 0. So your answer will be 7 and 375 hundredths.
Hundred. Wait, tens, hundreds, thousands, right?
Thousands. So yeah, thousands, because
And-
hundreds is in the middle, and then thousands is the last.
Everybody see what she did?
You see, she used the DMSB method, right?
Thank you, Leanna.
Leanna, you're gonna get some kickboard points for that.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, last class, Tyrone Green deserves some kickboard points.
All right.
He caught your mistake on the exit ticket. You didn't give an enter, and I had to fix that.
Uh-oh.
I got it. I fixed it.
Awesome. All right, number 3. Next up on our list is after Leanna, right, Mr. R?
Yeah, which is David. David. Andrew.
Wait. Andrew spent $11.52 on some pens that were on sale for 72 cents each. How many pens did Andrew buy? David, walk us through this. Are we multiplying or dividing, and then take it away? Look.
Multiplying.
Yeah? We're multiplying? So check this out. Look, David, I got a pen, right, in my hand, and I have Selena. One pen is 72 cents. If I spend $11.52, how many pens can I buy if each one is 72 cents? Each means you do what? Multiply or divide?
I divide.
Good. So, right, we're going to use our calculator to help us. So what are we going to divide, David? You got this.
I can divide 11 and 52 and divide by 0 and 72.
Good. So remember, you convert the decimals into whole numbers by moving the decimal 2 to the right. So now 0.72 becomes, if I move the decimal 2 to the right, you become 72. Bam, bam. Now $11.52, there's a decimal in between the 1 and the 5. If I move the divisor, the outside the house 2, I move the inside the house 2. Boop, boop, 2. We got 1,152. So now, David, help us do the division. Use the DMSB method. Go. 72.
Okay, so,
Go ahead.
all right. So 72 can go into 1. So there's going to be 0. And same thing with 11. So it's going to be another 0. And now you have to see how many times 72 can go to 115. So that's going to be 1. So 115 minus 72 is
You got this. Come on, you can do it. You're doing awesome.
33.
Oh, well, the 11, actually, that one becomes an 11, so it'll be 10 more. It'll be 43, right?
43. And
Now,
then that's 2.
mm-hmm. Break down
Which
the 2, he said. Good.
432.
It goes in 5 or 6 times. Comes after 5.
And 6.
Good. And then 72 times 6 is 430 what?
432.
Excellent. So now, David, let me ask you this. What does this 16 represent? There shouldn't be a decimal in between the 1 and the 6, right? Because it's a whole number now?
Made a mistake.
It's okay. I know. So 16 what? It says how many pens can Andrew buy? 16 what? What did he buy?
16 pencils. I mean
Pens,
pens.
pencils, whatever. But in this question it says pens. Good job. Because 16 times 72 is 1,152, or 0.72 times 16 would give me $11.52. Do you all see how he got that answer? If you're not sure, ask now before we move on. All right, I'm going to do number 4. Who's on the list now for this one, Mr. R?
That would be Emma Cancel.
Emma Cancel, I need to hear your pretty voice. I want to hear what you have to say on question 4 once it comes up. Okay, Emma, it says, we're going to say your name. It says Azalea, but we're going to say Emma paid $11.48 for sliced cheese at the deli counter, right? The counter is where they slice the cheese for you. The cheese cost $3.28 per pound. How much cheese did you buy per pound? So what are we going to do? Multiply or divide? What makes sense here?
Division.
Good job. What are we going to divide?
11.48 divided by 3.28.
Good. And were you able to solve it yet?
No, not yet.
You can use a calculator. Remember, when we have decimals on the divisor, which is the outside the house, we have to make it a whole number. So Mr. R is going to put 3.28 on the side, and he's going to show you how, or you're going to show us 3.28. Emma, how do I make that a whole number?
You just moved the decimal to the left.
To the left or to the right?
I mean, to the right, to the right, to the right.
To the right, how many times? To the right, to the right, to the right, how many times?
Twice.
2, so it becomes 328. And the same thing for $11.48, right?
Mm-hmm.
So $11.48 becomes what now?
1,000. 1,000. Dang, I can't say the numbers.
Yes, you can.
1,100.
1,140.
8.
Good. Now you're going to do the division. Okay, Emma. How many times does 328 go into 1? Does it go?
No.
Good. So put a big fat
0.
or X, whatever you want. Does 328 go into 11?
No.
No. How many times does 328 go into 114? Does it go?
No.
No. So put a 0. Does 328 go into 1,148?
Yes.
Yes. Now figure out how many times does that go in? 2, 3, 4, what? You can use a calculator. Yes, you may, David. Hurry up.
When you do that, do you divide the number to find it in a calculator?
So what you're going to do, that's a really good question. You're going to take the divisor, which is 328, the outside, and you're going to pick a number. Say you want to try 3. 328 times 3, see if it gives you 1,148. So you're going to take the outside number times the number to see if you get underneath the dividend.
Okay.
Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
So we got 328 times 3, or 328 times 4, which is closer?
Times 4, because I think I'm gonna try it times 5, but it might just pass over.
Well, let's think about it. If you got 3 times 5 is 15, we want 11. So clearly that's too big, right?
Yeah.
And 3 times 4 is 12. We need 11. So 5 is too big. 4 is too big. So let's try what?
3.
3, right? Because 300, if we round 328 to 300, 300 times 3 is about 900. So now when you do the real math, 328 times 3 is 980 what?
84.
There you go, 984. So now you have to subtract. Right? 4. The 4 crosses out, becomes a 14. So 14, wait, 14 minus 8 is not 4. It's what?
14 minus 8 is 6.
So it should have 8 minus 4 is 4, 14, 6, and then this becomes a what?
That becomes, because the big numbers on the bottom, you have to scratch it out, and then that'll become an 11.
So yeah. So now it becomes, actually it was an 11, but you have to go next door, so it becomes a 10 now because you took from the other number. So now 10 minus 9 would give me 1. So you got 164, right?
Yeah.
And remember, the decimal point's at the end of the 8, so there should be a decimal point next to the 8, and we bring it up, right? Now, we just said it before, if we round 328 to 300, 300 times what's going to give me about 160? 4 or 5, what makes sense? This is where you can use your estimation skills, right?
But if 5 or 4 passes 328, that means it can't fit into those
So what
two.
happens when we put a decimal? We bring down to 0, right?
Yeah.
So now it's going to put a 0 there.
Understood. I was waiting for you to say it, Emma, but okay.
So now 328 times what's going to give me 1,640 about? Would it be 4 or 5, Emma?
5.
Good, because what is 5 times 328, young lady?
5 times 328. 328. Can I do that in my calculator?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't expect you to just.
We don't expect you to tell us from your head, honey.
80. The calculator is saying 820.
328 times 5?
Yep.
Hit clear again and try it again, because we should get a different number. 328 times 5.
Now it gave me the same number, 1,640.
Perfect. So the answer would be, hold on, we're not done yet. It says, how much cheese did she buy? So this 3.5, does it represent the pounds or the cost? Read the question.
The pound.
Right. LBS is the abbreviation for pounds. So she bought 3.5 pounds of cheese. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Thumbs up if you're with us before we move on. Leanna, I don't know what's going on. I see your head, young lady. I see Brandon's got his thumbs up. Yeah, I don't know who's underneath Juliana. Who are you? I need to see a face with the thumbs up with the black screen. Okay. Somebody did it on a board. Okay. Yerlin, you're with us? Natalie, are you with us? We don't see your face, Natalie.
All right. So the next one on my list is Ian. Ian.
Caleb, camera Caleb.
Ian, can you hear me?
Yes.
So we got to find the quotient, right? So the quotient for this one, it says 23. Oh, wow. What's going on?
Again?
Yeah. Okay, here goes. Okay. 2385 divided by 9 does what, sir? How many times is 9 going to 23?
0.
9 goes into 23 0 times?
It goes into 2 times.
Thank you, Leanna.
And it will be 18. So you got the 18 minus 23.
Ian, wake up. And then we should track what do we got? Ian.
Ian.
I'm
Ian.
here.
Ian.
23 minus 18 is what? Ian.
5.
Thank you. And what does that equal? What do we have to do?
You have to bring down the 8.
And bring what up? The decimal point, right? There's a decimal here. We bring it up. Good. So now, what's going on? Okay, so 8 58. 9 goes into 58. How many times? How many times, Ian? I have my
6.
fingers up. There you go. 6, which equals what?
54.
Good. Subtract it all. 4. We bring down the 5. What do we get? Oh, we bring it all the way down, actually. 5. What do we get? 9 goes into 45. How many times? What's 9 times 5? Ian, what's 9 times 5?
Ian,
9 multiplicado por 5 son cuánto?
5. 9 por 5 es 45.
Muchas
Minus
gracias.
5.
Good.
It's my internet connection is unstable.
Oh, that's what it is? Okay, I'm like, what's going on? Like, he's not answering. All right, yeah. So your answer will, in this case, will be 265. Everybody see how we got that? Yes? Thumbs up if you see that. All right, moving on.
Caleb, Mr. R, we're gonna have Caleb do the last one. Nice to see your face now. I don't know. Caleb, Keelani said that 11.3 times 20.5 is equal to 231.65. I pay attention. This is on your work today. Do you agree or disagree with her, Caleb? What do we have to do to the decimals when we're multiplying? Multiply by a whole number first, right?
Yeah.
So convert 11.3. What's the whole number? Go.
The whole number of, what was it?
11.3.
11.3.
How do I make that be greater than 11.3? Move the decimal. Look, Mr. R did it. Move the decimal 1 to the right. So now 11.3 becomes 113. Oh. And now 20.5 becomes 205, yes?
Yes.
And if you look at 11.3, there's one decimal, and in 20.2, there's one decimal. So altogether at the end, you got to move it 2 places. So now multiply 113 times 205. Use your calculator. Tell us what you get.
Okay.
Make sure that camera is on. If it's not on, guys, turn them on, unless you spoke to us. Use your calculator. 113 times 205. Once you have the answer, type it in the chat as Caleb finishes it up. We want to know what that answer is, what that product is. Huh? So I typed in what you need to answer. 113 times 205. We need some responses in the chat. And then Caleb, we need your final answer.
I got the answer.
What did you get?
Let me see again. 231.65.
Ding, 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 ding. Does your answer match Keelani's answer?
Yes.
So
So
is she correct or incorrect?
Correct.
Keelani is correct. Why? So he's going to write Keelani is correct because she got the correct what?
Starts with a Q.
Wait, no, you mean P, product. Ooh.
Oh, it starts with a P, sorry. That's division.
What's the answer to multiplication called? Quaduct or quotient? Product or quotient?
I'm taking a poop.
Thank you, Ian. Ian wrote it. Adam wrote it. The answer to multiplication is what? Look, Mr. R highlighted it. Kayla? Unmute yourself. Finish up the question so you get your positive points for kickboard.
It's product.
Thank you. Because she calculated the correct product and she put the decimals in the correct spot. Oh, wait, Mr. R. Woo. There it is. Because she calculated the correct product. Got it? Again, you have to move the decimals to make them a whole number when you multiply. And then at the end, you go slide the decimal to, Caleb, get that camera on. And then you slide the decimals to the left. Questions, comments, concerns about any of this work before we move on and do independent work now? You will have an independent exit ticket that will have 3 problems on multiplying and dividing. There'll be word problems, and then you'll have an exit ticket. In the independent work, there are 2 videos. There's one on multiplying and one on dividing decimals. If you need assistance, I highly suggest you watch it, because if you watch the video, you'll get 100.
They're both open. You guys can begin.
If anyone needs assistance, we'll put you in a breakout room. You'll be with me.